Coordinate or dative bond is another form of covalent bond, where the electron, where one of the bonding atoms donates a full lone pair electron, while another bonding atoms provide an energetically accessible low-lying empty orbital. In short, the donor provides a fully filled orbital, while the acceptor just provides an empty orbital. Typically, that occurs when the donor is electron-rich, while the acceptor is electron deficient. There are also instances where the donor is negatively charged, while the acceptor is positively charged. And it is important to note that coordinate and dative bond should only be considered when normal ways of sharing electrons cannot be done. Let's take a look at the example, carbon monoxide. In the case of carbon monoxide, C has 4 valence electrons, while oxygen has 6. So when oxygen shares 2 of its electrons with carbon, it will get 2 in return. So oxygen is happy and it has already achieved octet. But carbon, as you notice, because it has 4 valence electrons, and I share 2 of them, and I share 2 of its electrons, so carbon only has 6 electrons in total, which means it has an empty orbital, while in the case of oxygen, it has 2 lone pairs. So one of its lone pair could now be actually donated to carbon, meaning to say carbon provide an empty orbital, while oxygen provide a fully filled orbital, and they overlap. And hence carbon monoxide would have formed a triple covalent bond, and one of the covalent bonds would have been a dative bond. Next, N2O2. In the case of N2O2, nitrogen is the central atom because it's less electronegative. So oxygen, being the more electronegative, will be bonded to nitrogen, and we satisfy its electron first because oxygen is more selfish as it has higher electronegativity. So after oxygen shared 2 of its electrons with nitrogen, oxygen has achieved octet electronic configuration. Nitrogen, in this case, with 5 valence electrons, having shared 2, will have 7 electrons in total. So it will share one of its electrons with the other nitrogen atom. So the central atom would have already achieved octet. However, this nitrogen atom would have only shared 1 electron, therefore get 1 in return. So total, it will have 6 electrons in its outermost shell, and you will have 1 empty orbital. And hence, a coordinate or dative bond could be formed with this nitrogen donating a fully filled orbital, while this nitrogen offering an empty orbital. Other classical examples of dative bond includes Al2Cl6. As you can see, this is the AlCl3 molecule. And so both the AlCl3 molecule could be bonded to each other via 2 dative bond. And the coordinate and dative bond is from chlorine, which donated its lone pair electron, to aluminium, which offered an empty orbital. The next example is the 2 molecules NH3 and BF3. In BF3, boron is a group 13 element, which means boron, having shared 3 of its electrons with fluorine, gets 3 in return, so boron still has an empty orbital. So the empty orbital could be used to accommodate the lone pair electron from nitrogen.